What's up, guys? The Snowman here, back with some tennis talk today. The conclusion of the WTA season on the horizon. This week we have the 2022 WTA Year-End Championships in Fort Worth, Texas. It's the 8 best players from this season. I want to look at each of these 8 ladies, how they performed this year. Then I want to look at the draw, 2 groups of 4 players each for the round robin. And then we'll look at some head-to-head records and make some predictions. And these are the groups for the WTA Finals. We'll probably never see this again, where 2 of the Grand Slam champions are missing. No Aussie Open champ because world number 1 Ash Barty retired on top early in the season, and no Wimbledon champ Elena Rybakina. She's ranked all the way down at 22 since Wimbledon didn't give out any rankings points this year. If they did, she'd be number 4 and in this draw, but alas, Iga Swiatek is the only 2022 major champion at these WTA Finals. Alongside Swiatek in the Tracy Austin group is Coco Gauff, Caroline Garcia, and Daria Kasatkina. Then in the Nancy Richie group, we have world number 2 Ons Jabeur, number 3 Jess Pegula. Pegula and Coco Gauff, the first pair of players to qualify for both the singles and the doubles of the WTA Finals in the same year since Serena and Venus in 2009. Also in that group, Maria Sakkari and Aryna Sabalenka. Next, I want to go through all 8 players and look at the highlights of their season, starting with the Tracy Austin group. What can you say about the season of Iga Swiatek? Truly remarkable. Far and away the number 1 player in the world, 62-18. No one has had more wins in a single season since Angie Kerber did back in 2016. More than double the amount of rankings points as number 2 Jabeur. 8 titles, most of them huge tournaments. Swiatek won her second Roland Garros trophy along with her maiden US Open, and then she had that incredible 37-match win streak tied with Martina Hingis for the longest winning streak of the last 32 years. Also pretty phenomenal stuff from Coco Gauff this year. At age 18, she's the youngest player to qualify for the WTA Finals since Sharapova back in 2005. 38-19, broke through to her first Grand Slam final in Paris. Also spent about a month as the world number 1 in doubles. Coco has been setting age records left and right. The future couldn't be more bright. The French woman Caroline Garcia rediscovered her sizzling form from 2017, the last time she qualified for these WTA Finals. 3 titles in 2022. Her first ever major semi at the US Open. The 29-year-old's resurgence is mostly thanks to her big-time serving and power. Garcia's led the tour this season in service hold percentage at 80.6%. She also has the highest percentage of break points saved at 66, just clutch at all the right times. And what a stellar season from Daria Kasatkina, pretty much out of nowhere. She showed promise a handful of years ago, but the 25-year-old really put everything together this year. 40-20, 2 titles including San Jose, first Grand Slam semifinal at Roland Garros, career high ranking, and back in the top 10. And Kasatkina put so much pressure on opposing servers. She had the second highest break percentage in 2022, only behind Swiatek, breaking opponents at a 48% clip. Then moving over to Group Nancy Richie, Ons Jabeur is a more than worthy world number 2, a trailblazer for her country of Tunisia and really for all of Africa. 46-15 on the season, a first career WTA 1000 title in Madrid. Jabeur also made her first 2 Grand Slam finals at Wimbledon and the US Open. She's one of 4 players making her debut at the WTA Year-End Finals. And 28-year-old American Jess Pegula is the 3 seed in this group, a career year as she also makes her WTA Finals debut. Such a consistent 2022, 41-17, her first WTA 1000 title in Guadalajara, made the quarters at 3 of the 4 majors, and Pegula managed to win 5 doubles titles as well. Maria Sakkari was the final player to have punched her ticket to the WTA Finals. It was a dramatic head-to-head winner-take-all battle between she and Veronika Kudermetova, and Sakkari prevailed 6-4 in the 3rd set. That ensured her top 8 finish this season. Sakkari also made 4 finals this year despite not winning a title. Her first 2 WTA 1000 finals at Indian Wells and Guadalajara. Back at the WTA Finals after making the semifinals in her debut at this event last year. And then finally, kind of an up and down year from Aryna Sabalenka. It started off with that rash of double faults and serving yips in Australia. She still led the tour in double faults and double fault percentage, but Sabalenka Sabalenka was able to get it somewhat under control. No titles, but a top 10 player all season, some deep runs in the 1,000 events. The 29-year-old defended her semifinal points at the U.S. Open to help qualify for this event. So those are the season recaps. Let's look at the head-to-head records now of these 8 ladies against one another. The first thing that jumps out to me is Iga Swiatek's 4-0 record versus Coco Gauff. She's dominated her in those matchups. Those matches haven't been particularly close. It's 8-0. Of course, we all remember the French Open final this year, so that's a really favorable matchup for Iga, one that I believe will have her through comfortably as one of the 2 players advancing out of her group. Coco also 0-2 against Kazakhina, so that's not an easy matchup either. Then in the other group, I don't think it's a great draw for Jess Pegula. Negative head-to-head records against the other 3 players in her group, Jabeur, Sakkari, and Sabalenka. On the other hand, Sabalenka with a positive win-loss against everyone in her group. I think Sabalenka could have a successful event despite not finishing the season strong. Did finish losing 3 of her last 4 matches, including the U.S. Open semis to Swiatek, but really other than Iga, it seems like a lot of these head-to-heads are pretty similar. If I had to choose, I'd say Swiatek and Garcia come out of the first group. I think they both just have too much offense for Gauff and Kazakhina to defend against. Garcia can produce some fireworks when she's on. And then in the second group, give me Pegula and Sabalenka. I like that Sabalenka got some experience at this tournament last year, and Pegula just won Guadalajara, so she's in hot form right now, especially on hard courts. But at the end of the day, it may be a boring pick, but I'm going with Swiatek to win the whole thing. It's been a privilege to watch her record-breaking 2022 season. 8 titles, 2 majors, the 37-match win streak. Iga just 21 years of age and hopefully just getting started. I find it very difficult to predict anyone else to win these WTA finals. Thanks a lot for watching my WTA year-end preview. Please leave a comment. I'd love to know who you have performing well at this event. Who's been the best player this year in your opinion? Please like and subscribe to the Snowman Sports Media for more tennis content and preview videos. And I'll be back very soon. Cheers.